Welcome to Caravan of the Year 2025, sponsored by MSA 4x4 Accessories. Behind me is a Prime Edge Warrior, an off-road warrior from the proudly Melbourne-built family business. Prime Edge prides itself on weight reduction, but without reducing quality and strength. From the chassis to the top of the van, every part of it is considered for its weight as well as its strength. So we're here in sometimes sunny Warrnambool with John, Mel and Allison, who are going to go through it over about 3 days to discover what stands out about it. So let's get going. In terms of ease of use, like how practical would it be to live with a van like that?
Oh, very easy, Tim. It's 19'6", so it's not an overly big van, and it's a full caravan. There's nothing to set up when you get to camp apart from just open the door and hop into bed after a long day. It's very easy to use. The kitchen's great. There's an external slide for an external fridge, slide for the barbecue, so you can do some cooking outside. You can do cooking inside. There's plenty of external storage, instantaneous hot water with an external shower, which is great. Just really easy to use. They've really kind of thought about how families travel and how families camp when they designed this van.
The layout in the back, what was that like in terms of using the ensuite with the bunks down there as well? Was it kind of practical for a family?
Yeah, it was practical. 2 bunks with the ensuite opposite, cassette toilet, vanity unit, separate shower. There were some cupboards between the bunks, and the ensuite was a cupboard that had a wall-mounted washing machine and then plenty of storage space for the kids' stuff underneath. So a good use of that small space. It was a small bathroom, but it didn't feel overly cramped.
Thinking of a family, is it the right kind of van for them? Where are they going to take it? How does it suit them?
Very well, I have to say. When you look inside, it has an east-west bed up front, bunks down the back and the shower down the back in sort of typical family style. It has the full kit in terms of where it can go, full off-road suspension, very self-sustainable in the battery capacity, the solar panel capacity. Inside and out, it's a very comfortable van.
What about places to go? It's clearly an off-roader. Is that a family van for lapping the country?
I think so, yeah. I'd imagine there's lots of places you can go with that van. As long as you've got the right tow vehicle up the front, you'll be fine. Not a problem at all.
So John, you spend a fair chunk of the year on the road, so if anybody's going to know if a van's going to be reasonable to live in, it's going to be you. How would you go living on the road in the Warrior? What stood out to you?
I really like the idea of a 19'6" van. It's a sensible size, and being able to pack that sort of amenity into that van, he's done a really good job. The east-west bed's a bit of a compromise, but I like the way that he's made the walkway near the door so you can actually get over there and get over to the other side of the bed. That's pretty smart thinking. He's made the lounge a bench rather than L-shaped because he can get 3 people along the bench and one of the kids sitting on the bed for dinner, or if the kids are playing cards or whatever it might be. That's pretty thoughtful. Bunks are really big. I think kids are really like that space.
Allison, in terms of innovation, what were the standout features and elements of the Warrior?
I think its overall look, it's a very nice looking van. I love that dune sandy colour. There are other options available, but it really does stand out. Vlad, the owner, is the innovator, and he's really passionate about his product. He uses the best quality Australian components in his vans, and he really stands by his vans. He has complete confidence in them. I think the other thing that really stood out to me was he has a long conversation with his potential buyers before they even start drawing up layouts and plans. What do they intend to do with their van? Where do they intend to go? What are they going to be towing it with? He can really advise them and steer them in the right direction so that the van really meets their needs. And I think that kind of level of customer service and attention to detail at the very start of the process, before they even start looking at layouts, really stood out to me.
Mel, I reckon that Prime Edge Warrior is one of the best looking vans this year. Is there substance underneath all that style?
There is, yes. I reckon it's a really well put together van. They use a 156-inch SupaGal chassis. A little something unusual with the cross members. They're designed for lightweight, so they have punched hole design across the chassis, which I guess loses a little bit of weight in the construction. The bodywork is aluminium framed. They use a Pro-Bond aluminium composite cladding, which all looks incredibly neat. In addition to that, they use extruded aluminium for all the edges where the walls and roof meet. It's really practical and it looks really neat. All the cabinetry looks like it goes together very well. The soft closed drawers will work as they should. In many ways, it's a thing of beauty.
John, Self-Sufficiency, how do you reckon the Warrior went?
Vlad's using that new Arizon setup, and that's so neat. He's got 2 400 amp lithium batteries, and he's got a pretty good 1320 solar array, a 2000 watt inverter, which is a little bit away from the usual, but He's used that to save a bit of weight in the van. He thinks that it's entirely appropriate for everything that's going to run in it. Those new fresh jet air conditioners are really efficient, and so it was virtually using hardly any power. Really good setup with his battery monitoring system. It's got remote control monitoring, and that is available to the buyer for 5 years. With a family van, twin 95 litre water tanks might be a problem. It's got a 95 litre grey tank as well. If you camp near somewhere where you can go for a swim, probably not going to be a problem. It's got a cassette toilet, but you can take an extra one, or obviously option up for a composting toilet.
With 1320 watts and 800 amps of battery, you're never going to run out of power.
Power's ample. The only thing that's a little bit different, I suppose, is that 2000 watt inverter, but you can option it up if you think it's not appropriate, if you want to run the toaster and the air fryer and your hairdryer all at one time. He's tried it and he reckons it's fine, and I'm inclined to believe him.
So Allison, I think from the outside it's just an absolute standout, but there's got to be more to X Factor. What else stands out about the Warrior?
Yes, it is a very good looking van, but I think as you are looking at how beautiful it is, you can also tell that it's well made. It looks like a well made van. There's not even the tiniest little bit of silicone slipping out from a join anywhere. Vlad just doesn't work like that. His attention to detail is extraordinary. He uses the best quality products and appliances that he can. If he doesn't like something, then he will, send it back and use something else. He takes pride in his product. And when you buy from Prime Edge, you're buying the product from him, you're dealing with him. You're not dealing with a middleman, a salesperson. So it looks great. It's a really good quality product, and you are getting excellent customer service from the owner of the business, not just a salesperson. So I think they're kind of 3 X factors for me.
So Mel, it's a 19.6 with a 3,500 kilo ATM, and it's an off-roader. So there's a lot of considerations on towing. Can you tell us what you used and what you think would work well for it?
What we used for the van was a Ford F-150 with a maximum tow rating of 4.5 tonne. That was more than adequate for this van. The van itself has an ATM of 3.5 tonne, and that with the tear mass of 2,900 kilos. You could probably tow it with a Toyota Land Cruiser without too much trouble, as long as you were careful in the van loading. As to the van itself, on the road it towed very nicely. Certainly the Ford handled it on all road conditions, freeway, rough seal roads and rough roads. It moved along quite well. The Ford bounced around occasionally on the gravel road, but apart from that, the van sat on the road very nicely.
John, can you justify its price?
I'm blown away by it. $145,000 for that van is a real standout. It's such good quality. Everything in it's really good componentry. His attention to detail is amazing. I think $145,000 for that van is remarkable value.
We know Vlad's been in the industry for decades. He knows how to build a van, but does he support his owners? What happens once you've bought one? What's his warranty like?
It's a good warranty. There's a complete 5-year warranty on the electrical system, as well as the monitoring of the electrical system for the first 5 years. The structural warranty on all the components manufactured by Prime Edge is 5 years. So he stands by his product, and he's also got a 2-year general warranty on internal components like cabinetry, drawers, bench tops, that type of thing. He has 6 dealers around the nation in most states, so the first point of call is the dealer. Vlad seems to be the kind of owner who's pretty much across anything that goes wrong with any of his vans, so if there's an issue, I reckon he'd be onto it like a dog on a good eye.
If I was looking for a new van, I'd certainly put it on my shopping list. I think they're really good.
So thank you everybody for watching the Prime Edge Warrior at Caravan of the Year 2025. If you enjoyed that, please like and subscribe, it does help. And if you have any questions or comments, put them down below. We'll answer as quick as we can.